Good morning. I don't know what I've been a part of either one of my channels. Been trying to get back to them. It's been a big struggle. Um, the spiritual awakening journey has been nothing less than a roller coaster, I guess, is the best way to put it. I knew it wasn't going to be easy. I understood that. But I don't think I understood. And you're the only one going through it at the time with your like inner circle or loved ones. It can be really hard because there's really not anybody to talk to about it. Almost make you feel like you're going crazy in a way. Um, it's been a really rough road and a rough journey. And even though I'm grateful for all of it, I wouldn't change any of it. I don't know. I still feel kind of like, I don't want to say lost, but not aware of what my path is as I thought I was. I feel like everything was thinking was my calling and my path is still like my purpose, but there's other aspects to it that I haven't quite unlocked yet. And I think that's what's making me feel kind of like out of it because I can't put all the pieces together. The one thing I have learned over, especially this like past year, is that you just got to keep going. You got to keep trying. And every day, no matter what is going on, try to at least find one thing that was positive or to be grateful for, less than anything. Because, like, when it rains, it pours. And sometimes it can be overwhelming because you feel like you're drowning and that you're not going to stop and it's just going to, get worse. It's like hitting bottom over and over again. And it's sad. Sorry, I am visually impaired, so give me 1 second. I didn't see what that was. My opinion on the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So I did not know of him before that had happened. My husband was the one who knew about him, and that's how I learned about who he was. And hold on. That's how I learned about who he was. I don't know much about him. I don't do politics and stuff like that. What I saw was I saw a father and a husband be taken from this earth and a son. And it was heartbreaking to see how many people were celebrating it because this is somebody's child that essentially got taken away, somebody's husband. Sorry, it takes me a minute to see what's being said. And it shouldn't have happened. So I'm not sure what getting a job has to do with that. I don't know if I'm understanding that correctly. Either way, my heart breaks for his loved ones because they still lost their loved one. And to see people like celebrating it afterwards was really heartbreaking. Jenna, no. I don't know who that is. Thank you. at the end of the day, we are all here trying to do the same. And I feel like humanity itself needs to just step up for each other. And we need to come together and spread love and not hate. Oh, she's a musician? Yeah, no, I've never heard of her. Um, but what I was saying before, as far as like everything feels like it's overwhelming and stuff, um, it's not even just like personal stuff, but not just him. It applies to every life that's been lost and been stolen and taken. It applies to just all the suffering and negativity that is literally blasted all over the place. And it's like no matter where you turn around, you see all the bad things happening, and they don't really show what's good in the world. And that could be really, really overwhelming. Every time I think I get faith back in humanity, something else happens and makes me kind of question everything all over again. It is truly terrible. And it's scary to think of like what future generations are going to live through once we're no longer here and what their world is going to be like. Like, I don't have grandchildren. I'm honestly happy I don't have grandchildren. I'll take a grand fur baby because at least I know I could protect them. But as far as, you know, kids being brought up in this world and the future of it, it just seems very uncertain of your own personal bubble, and everything that goes around inside your personal bubble can affect so many different things. There's been so much carnage and hate and just sadness and fear that is being just spread everywhere. And it's sad, and it's hard to believe there is something better sometimes, even though I know there is, and I know we can do better. But like I said, when it rains, it pours. It's like almost like a domino effect. One thing happens, and then there's like this domino effect of a whole bunch of bad stuff that comes on afterwards, and it just seems like there's no break. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that all we're seeing is the bad. We're not seeing the good, and there is good out there. Me personally, I feel like I have to fight for myself. Sorry, I don't know what happened. Yeah, for myself, like I was saying, I have to stay positive and I have to fight for myself, for my loved ones, but I also want to for others. And we have to use our light in order to lead others through the darkness, because all the darkness that's being shown and spread really on everybody. Like, it's sad to see where we are. It's 2025, and I feel like we're advanced in technology and all this other stuff, but like in compassion and love and kindness, like it's like that all went out the window and nobody cares about that. Hello, thank you for being here, Lucy. And I'm a firm believer that everybody is part of light. You know what I mean? Like, we all have that divine light in us. We can all be something truly wonderful. We can be compassionate. We can be kind. And it costs $0 to be a good human. $0. A simple hello or even a thank you can like go a long way. You can come across somebody that you don't know them or know anything that they're going through, or if they're even going through anything, but there's no reason to be mean. Like, I don't get it. Like, who decides to wake up and say, I'm just going to be a jerk today? Like, I feel like that's craziness to me. Every day we have the choice to choose how we react to things. We can't choose how people react, but we can choose how we react to what they do. And we can choose to be kind. People going out of their way just to be mean and spiteful, I feel sorry for them. Like, they have to be filled with so much hurt and hate in their heart that, like, all they want to do is hurt other people, because that's what hurt people do. And I'm not sure why they do it. I don't know if it's because they feel like they shouldn't go through it alone, or it's somehow giving them comfort in doing it. I don't know. I can't wrap my head around that. But like I said, it takes nothing to be kind. Saying hello literally could change the path that somebody is on in their life, because you saw that person, and maybe that person felt unseen for a really long time, and just by chance you saying hi to them made them feel seen and decided to change their course in life and put them on a better path. A path to self-love, path to healing, no longer hate, no longer hurting. Feeling seen can mean a lot to people, because like we see each other all the time and we hear each other all the time, but are we actually seeing what's there? Are we actually listening to what's being said? A lot of the times I think not. And when you're going through your own stuff, it's hard to make space for others that are going through things too. But I feel like it's really important that we try. Like, on the worst of the worst days, the main goal for me right now is, no matter what is I'm going through or what it is I'm seeing and, witnessing or whatever, I have to find something positive within that day. I have to find one good thing, something to be grateful for. Even if, like, you spill your coffee, you lose your car keys, you were late going to work, you got a ticket, you lost your debit card, I don't know, anything. At the end of the day, still try and find one thing to be grateful for. Because, like, yes, maybe all those things didn't go as planned. Good morning. Greetings to you too. But, maybe your day, maybe your week was just crap. Nothing went to plan. Everything went to shit, basically. But at the end of it, you still have a pillow to lay your head on. You still have clothes to put on your back, food to put in your belly. And little stuff like that is something to be grateful for. Or the fact that you made it to work on time. Or, simply just you didn't argue with anybody at work, and just keep keep trying to find the good or something to be grateful for. I raised my kids to always remember that even in our worst times for us personally, that there's always somebody out there that's going through something worse than what we are. And we should count our blessings and be grateful for what we do have and for what we don't have to deal with. Thank you, Respective. Same to you. I think through this journey that I've been on, it's been a roller coaster, and it's been some of the times where it's the highest of highs, the best I've ever felt. Got to a point in my life where I never ever thought I could ever be there again. And it was incredible. And it was, the best feeling. And then you get hit with the unexpected, and you feel like you're drowning and you can't get back up, and everything is like I said, like a domino effect. One thing starts and just kind of spins, and everything just kind of goes to crap. And then at some point we start going back up, and things get lighter and things get a little better. Thank you for being here. And I guess the other purpose of me being on here right now is because I feel like I've disappointed myself and let myself down, because the whole purpose of my channels, both of my channels, were to help, right? Because when I started going through my awakening, I felt so alone, and I knew there was other people out there too, and they needed to know that they weren't alone. And we may never meet each other, we may never speak to each other, but there is comfort in knowing that there's somebody else out there that is experiencing something that you are, and to know that there's somebody out there rooting for you. Like, I genuinely want nothing but the best for everyone, no matter what their battles are, no matter how down and out they are, no matter how many times they have fallen. I want everybody to get back up, and I want everybody to heal from their hurt, and I want everyone to just find the love for themselves, and then, share that with others and help others do the same thing. I want to see compassion be brought back into this world. I remember you would regularly see two humans interact and be kind to each other, even though they were strangers, opening up the door for someone or just letting somebody cross the street. And now it's like you got to try and look for people being kind to each other. And that kind of sucks, because people are so quick to judge. They're so quick to hate. They're so angry. And they're so quick to lash out, or they're so quick just to not care about anything else but themselves and ignore everything else going around them. Yeah, we are not alone. And I think the other thing that's like super important is that no matter what we go through, no matter if it's something you've been through or something you've done that, you feel bad for, like, your light still shines inside of you, and that light never goes away. It can be dimmed by circumstances or by, people that you're around or situations you're around that can dim your light, but your light's never truly extinguished. Your light is always there. And I feel like a lot of people think that they don't have that in them. They think that there's nothing good left in them, and that, everything else is not going right. So what's the point? And I really want people to know that they are worthy of happiness. They are worthy of compassion and forgiveness. They are worthy of self-love. They are worthy of kindness. And everybody should just be kind. It's so easy to be kind. It takes so much energy to be hateful, so much energy to be angry. It's exhausting. And I really hope that everyone is able, at the end of the day, to be thankful for something. Like I said, whether it be being able to put a pillow or put their head on their own pillow or have a home to go to, or even food to eat that night, or even getting to bed early. It's like the little things. Being able to walk out of your home and breathe fresh air. Being able to interact with somebody and not have to worry about what's going to happen. Everybody should just spread kindness, which is easier said than done. Yes, the only place to go is up. That is true. It is so true. And I feel like all we can do is keep going. Keep trying. Even if today doesn't go how as we planned, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow's another chance. Not everything's, set in stone. We can always turn something into a positive experience or something, not necessarily something good, but maybe a lesson learned, which in a way is something good, because if you learn your lesson, then you won't repeat the same mistakes. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely respective. I agree. And I think the other thing is, like, there are so many earth angels here, which I know a lot of people don't believe in and think that that's just kind of a crazy thing to say. Some people call them light workers, earth angels, light warriors, whatever you want to call them. But there are people out here every day that genuinely want the best for everybody. And they want nothing in return. And that's a beautiful thing. It truly is. And I notice with our youth, like the younger kids, I'd say like even as young as like, I don't know, third grade, second grade, thinking about 20 years ago when, or like 15, 7, around, that long ago, thinking about when my oldest kids were that young and thinking about how much compassion those kids had. And looking at the kids today at that age range, and they're so sad and angry. They're like their first reaction is to like fight. It's not to understand. It's not to figure it out. It's like everybody's go-to is fight, fight. And it's mind-boggling to me because it's just like, what? Like, you guys are little babies. Why are you worried about this? You guys should be like having fun and playing, not worrying about beating each other up. And I think that's one of the things that has really kind of just been an eye opener, because I'm about to be 43. And remembering things from when I was younger, and then for when my twins were younger, and to see the younger kids now, and just to see how things have changed. Wow. I don't think I ever would have thought that we would be here in the state that we are now. I guess in my mind, I always thought it would be better, because the better it gets each day, And all we can try and do is just keep being kind and trying to be objective and not judgmental and trying to help and stop being so like me. Everybody's worried about themselves and it's no longer worrying about each other. And I think that's a big loss too. Like it takes a village, not just to raise kids, but it takes a village. It takes a village of compassion. It takes a village of kindness. Like it would be such a wonderful place if everybody woke up, said hello, went about their business, say, hey, how are you doing? Have a great day. Just be kind. Instead of ignoring somebody when they say hello to you or just being disrespectful to somebody else because you're in a hurry. Like, it's not worth it. Not worth it at all. Hello. Thank you for being here. I'm sorry to hear that, Mark. I used to be there. I used to have so much hate and anger in me. Sorry. um, and then one day I just got tired of it. I was tired of being angry. I was tired of being miserable. I wasn't always a good person or a nice person. And then I don't know what happened. One day it changed and I realized, why am I doing that? Because I used to be the nice person. I used to be the one that got walked over. I used to be the one that would always help everybody. And then I became the mean person, the one who was stuck in her ego, the one who only cared about herself. And then I switched again and went back to caring about others. I know where my anger came from. And I know since I started this healing journey of mine, dealing with my shadows and my past of what I was holding on to and what molded, not just about not being angry with others and being able to forgive and forget with what's happened with others. It's also about being able to forgive yourself because we're not perfect. And I guarantee in every, well, I can't say I guarantee, but I can say most likely if you can look at a situation where you were wronged or where you just have a lot of anger towards it and you try to look at it from an objective point without your feelings involved and try to see what the other person was thinking and then see was there something on them, which can be the case too. And if you do find yourself in a situation where you're looking and you're thinking, wow, I wish I didn't do that, somebody else's problem, I thought they were the reason that certain things happened, and I thought, blame. And in some situations that did apply, but then there was other situations where I looked at it and I was just like, wow, like I shouldn't have even put myself in that position. I shouldn't have reacted the way I did. And and then I had to sit there and forgive myself for not respecting myself and not respecting others and sitting in that ego mentality. And like I said, it's not an easy thing to do because a lot of people have a hard time admitting when they're wrong, right? There's some people you will come across and they're very adamant that it's their way or the highway. They are 100% right, no matter what. If they say the sky's purple and the sky's blue, guess what? They say it's purple and in their mind it's purple and there's no arguing with them. That's just their mindset. And that's fine. That's how they can live. Um, And one day they will be humbled, and hopefully they will come out of that ego mindset and be able to see things from a different perspective. I hope that you're able to heal from the things you don't talk about and the things you can't talk about. And my hope is that you're able to love yourself and to forgive yourself, and you're able to be kind to yourself and be kind to others and be understanding and compassionate. Listening to the crickets out here is absolutely wonderful. And I think a lot of the overthinking is because I still feel like I'm lost or not going in the right direction. I know that I am. I don't know at the same time. It's a little confusing. But like I said, oh, I'm not sad. I am okay. I'm okay. Been going through a rough patch, but I'm okay. Every day gets better and better, and I'm okay. And I'm sad because of things that are going on with me, but also in, the world. I agree. And I think finding out, they know from a very young age what their purpose is. They know what they're meant to be, what they're meant to do. And then there's some that never figure it out. And then there's some that eventually do figure it out. And I think wanting to see the good in everybody and wanting to help other people felt. And I think there are things that happen to us in our lives that change our trajectory. And I know this is a whole bunch of rambling, but I truly hope that one day just have to play the game. Yeah. I can see your point of just having to play the game. It's actually something to think about. I'll probably overthink about that too. Because then I'll think about what is the game that we're playing, right? The game of life. Well, I had no intention of being on here and actually having people come in here, but I appreciate all of you for being here. It was really just coming on just to, I guess, talk and let some things out. I feel like there's not a lot of places where I guess people can feel like they can have that openness and be able to vent or say how they feel and not be met with something nasty. So I appreciate this. And I'm enjoying my morning coffee with you guys. I really appreciate you guys being here. All of you guys have a wonderful day and keep shining your light and just be a good human. Be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and always remember to find something to be grateful for. It's 6:32. It's 5:33 here. And about a couple weeks ago, he had come to me and he said he was tired. He was tired of being angry. And he was tired of all the hurt and the pain that he was holding onto. And he felt like it was just eating him alive, basically. And he was tired. He was done of it. Because he used to be like the really nice guy. And then life happened. And then he became resentful and angry. And it was all about self-preservation for him and his family, I should say, not just him. And years it was built up, and I almost didn't recognize who he was. Yes, we are definitely not born this way. We are made this way. And and the reason I bring up my husband is because if someone like my husband be done being tired and done being angry and wants to change, that right there gives me hope, because that is something I didn't think I'd ever see. And it's been a struggle for him, but I'm so proud of him for doing it. And every day is not a great day, and we all have our setbacks. And this journey is definitely not easy, especially when we're tested, constantly tested and pushed to our limits. But seeing someone like my husband finally turning the other cheek and wanting to be better and to no longer be angry gives me so much hope. But again, thank you guys for being here. I appreciate all of you. I am sending you so much love and light, healing hugs and protection your way. And I really hope that you have a wonderful day and that every day gets better and better for you. And I'm so grateful that you guys were here. Have a wonderful day. Bye.